I'd like to thank Ed and the rest of Lima staff, affectionately known as the Key West Mafia, for this lovely shirt. This is very nice, and I really appreciate it, so thank you. To echo what Ed has discussed and what Larry commented on, when we first were talking with Ed and Larry about this concept of carrying on something in Key West that was started many years ago by Ed, we said, well, what do we want? What do we want to make it? What's the goal? Let's realize what the goal is and then make it happen. And one theme that continued to resonate in the discussions were ideas of having decision makers, quality individuals, people who have the insight to share ideas and who aren't afraid to express potentially controversial opinions. And frankly, I enjoy hearing people like Larry speak at these events more than any of the lawyers, defense lawyers, no offense to us defense lawyers, even more so than the carriers, no offense to the carriers, Phyllis. But they offer a different perspective, and I think we should all embrace that and not be afraid to consider what we're doing and the approach that we currently have in our present business model for these cases. Is it the best? You know, it might work eventually. Cases get resolved, whether you like it or not. You either try it or settle it. Your client's happy or not so happy. But is there a way to get to that resolution in a way that is more streamlined, is more thoughtful? And that's the word that I like to use a lot. Is it thoughtful? Are you actually putting some effort into this, or are you just going through the usual motions? And that's a theme that we're going to discuss over the next 2 days. So I think enough has been said at this point. We'd like to get on with it. There is one comment I'd like to make, in addition to what I said about thanking the sponsors and all the sponsors on the panel and the sponsors in the room. If you look at some of the vendors, the theme again is, you know, value engineering, cost control, cost savings. We all know time is money, but frankly, we forget sometimes that technology is really inexpensive, and how we use that technology can greatly improve all of our business models, and those are some of the things we're going to discuss today. There's going to be time set aside at the end of each panel for questions. So I know that everybody has a lot of ideas, and I think that that's great, and we want good energy in the room. But certainly these panelists have prepared it thoroughly, trust me, and they have a lot to say and share. There will be time at the end, so write down your questions. Everybody's got pens and paper, and don't be afraid to ask them. Don't think that your question's gone stale just because a half hour has passed. We're still interested in hearing all the questions. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Keith. Thanks.
Thank you very much.